It is time for another edition of Litter Media Live, this one for November 26th, the Tuesday edition, with the return of Aaron Glandon, Mr. Hand 2. I'm Dan Ramey. Thank you so much for joining us here today. Do you want to say where you were on assignment over the weekend?
No.
No because of the result, or no because you don't want people to know?
No, because of the result.
Because of the road.
It was a sad day.
I have no excuse or reason for why it is that your team now has lost 3 consecutive games.
Yeah, I can tell you why. It's the play calling.
It's the play calling.
It is the offensive play calling.
I got you. Okay. You were at, you can't really say you were in Washington, D.C., but you were
I was in Landover, Maryland.
Landover, Maryland, where the Commanders play.
Where the Commanders missed 2 PATs.
And how much did they lose by?
We lost by 1 score, but we also let them have 2 kick returned for touchdowns.
Yeah.
The last one being an onside kick, which we wouldn't have kicked if we had made the PAT right before.
Mm-hmm. And them is the Cowboys, right?
Yes.
Yes. You thought you hated the Eagles.
Right.
Cowboys will be back in action Thursday.
As we threw that touchdown pass to Terry McLaurin, and then they were lining up for the PAT, and I said, why are we kicking it? Mm-hmm. You don't want to send it to overtime. You don't want to kick a point after and send it to overtime. You want to go for 2 and win the game. Mm-hmm. Sending it to overtime does not work. It's proven. Mm-hmm. Win while you can.
Outside of that, how was the trip?
Yeah, it was good.
It was good?
Yeah.
Okay. Miserable on the way home.
Yes.
But not so much.
I had the window seat on the flight back, so.
Oh, did you?
That wasn't bad.
Okay. You flew?
Yes.
Didn't drive?
No driving.
Okay. We've got that out of the way. We are up to date now with Aaron's plans from over the weekend. We have some more beneficial news that you can use coming up in just a moment. We'll also take a look at sports. We have some breaking news in sports for you here in a bit. But first, let's take a look at our forecast. Partly sunny conditions today. Our temperatures to reach around 52, and that's probably going to be the high for the rest of the week. We'll have rain expected Wednesday and Thanksgiving Day. Highs both days will be in the mid-40s. And we're looking on our graph here. Looks like we'll see temperatures in the 30s on Black Friday.
Cold.
Hopefully they have Black Friday specials on gloves and coats.
I need some gloves.
For those.
I don't have any gloves. I need some.
Is that right? You have no gloves?
I'm sure my parents have some that I left there, but at my apartment in Chillicothe, I have no gloves.
He's a man in the market for gloves.
Yes.
Coming up in a moment to look at what's making news for us today, so stick close for that. But first, we want to tell you about Haynes Total Healthcare Center. They have been in their 50th year of serving our community now in chiropractic needs, physical therapy, and nutrition. Click on this ad anywhere you see it on our website, littermedia.com, and it takes you to their website, hayneshealth.com. News is next. Each week, we'll announce the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union. And in December, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Nominate any amateur athlete by visiting littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. You'll also see the players we've named throughout the year. Make your nomination today for the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union.
I was looking for a first job. I had been babysitting and decided it was something for a little more permanent. It pays very well. It's convenient. You can make your own schedule with the flexibility. That's something that I like. The people that I work with are great. I wouldn't ask for a better crew or management team to work for.
Discover Ross County. From the breathtaking outdoor adventures to the historic sights of Chillicothe,
and family-friendly events and festivals. Explore more at visitchillicotheohio.com or download the free mobile app today.
When you go to our website, littermedia.com, you'll find some of the stories we're sharing with you today, and you'll find even more on our social media as well. And you'll find all those links and everything in the upper right-hand corner of our website, and that includes Litter Media Radio. Making news for us today, we start with Tar Hollow State Park, closing for 1 year, starting on January 1st of 2025. This is for park improvement. Now, this includes all day-use visitors. You won't be allowed to be there. The road will be closed to the park office, all the electric sites, general store, nature center, beach, flush restrooms, shower house, and non-electric sites in the main part of the park will be closed. There are some exceptions, though, so you can find those in the story that you'll see with this picture at littermedia.com.
OhioHealth Berger Hospital has launched advanced CardiacComputed Tomography Angiography technology, providing a cutting-edge tool for detecting and diagnosing heart disease in Pickaway County and the surrounding areas. Berger Hospital is the first local healthcare provider to offer CCTA, which delivers precise, non-invasive heart assessments. This technology helps detect early signs of coronary artery disease and other cardiovascular conditions.
It is the holiday season. I know we're coming up on Thanksgiving, but as you see, many people have their Christmas decorations up already. And the Ross County Auditor, Jeff Lehner, and also Treasurer David Jeffers are inviting the children of Ross County to help decorate their offices in downtown Chillicothe for Christmas. Printable Christmas coloring sheets have been posted on the Ross County Auditor's website and are available for download. So make sure you do that by going to auditor.rosscountyohio.gov. And kids of all ages are invited to send their contributions to the Auditor's and Treasurer's offices at 2 North Payne Street in Chillicothe, or better yet, stop in for a visit and say, Merry Christmas.
But this is just for kids? I'm not allowed to color anything?
That would be correct, because these kids will color inside the lines.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. Electric vehicle drivers in Ohio can travel with confidence this holiday season with more charging options available across the state. In recent weeks, the Ohio Department of Transportation's Drive Ohio has opened 7 new electric vehicle charging stations, bringing the state's total to 13 new stations since this time last year. In addition, 6 more locations are currently under construction and expected to be operational by the end of the year.
And that's pretty quick, by the end of the year.
That is real quick.
The Ohio Department of Aging and the Ohio Emergency Management Agency partner each year to help older Ohioans prepare themselves and their homes for another Ohio winter. Have a plan that will allow you to remain in place for at least 3 days in case you're unable to safely leave your home due to snow depth,
right?
Electrical outages, that sort of thing. They just want to make sure that you have a plan in place or whatever the other emergencies might be. You'll find several lists provided on our website story to learn how to be safe this winter. And as I get older, I think a little bit more about that stuff.
Yeah, that story's for you and Mike.
It is. And for others our age and older.
Yes.
And for you younger generation that have parents who are aging as well.
That's true.
So it's a story that you could use.
I could. It's beneficial news that I can use.
Precisely. Coming up, look at sports, and we'll share that with you in just a moment. But first, Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor. Click on this ad anywhere you see it on our website, littermedia.com. It takes you to accuratehvac.com. That's where you'll find all the services they provide in the territories they serve, which is most of, if not all, of South Central Ohio. Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
This is Andy Tomlinson. When ensuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
Life, it can get on top of you quickly, can't it? But with 211, it only takes one step to get connected to the help you need. 211 is always available to help. So get in touch today.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
For transportation options in Ross County, call Ross County Health District's Mobility Management Team, 740-779-9652. Scioto Valley Dumpsters, if you need a dumpster for whatever project you have at your business or your home, here's the number, 740-253-8389. And if you click on this ad anywhere you see it at littermedia.com, it takes you to their Facebook page where you see up-to-date information from Scioto Valley Dumpsters. Time for sports, and we begin with some coaching news. Congratulations to the new coach of the Chillicothe Cavaliers, TJ Carper, who is not unfamiliar with this part of the country. He recently spent last season at Zanesville, but he led Vinton County, the Vikings, in 3 seasons and to 3 OHSAA playoff appearances in as many seasons. Carper replaces Scott Bartholomew, who resigned following the 24 season for the Cavaliers. And they will have the Bloom Carroll Bulldogs to open the season again this coming football season. So August of 2025, that'll be played in Fairfield County up at Bloom Carroll. Now, this just into us as the program was beginning. Washington Record Herald reporting that David Everson contacted the Record Herald on Monday saying that he would no longer be the head football coach of the Washington Blue Lions. And he recorded an 8-13 mark in 2 seasons with Washington. He replaced Coach Chuck Williamson when he departed for Marion Harding just 2 years ago. In other sports-related news to share with you, Piketon senior basketball player Ashton Wolf, who you see on the photo here as a part of the Pike County Fair royalty, she and her family lost their home to a fire earlier yesterday. All of the SVC girls basketball teams are going to have a donation jar for all games Wednesday, and you're asked to donate if you can. So Adina will be at Westfall, Zane Trace at Paint Valley, Huntington at Unioto, and Southeastern will be at Piketon, which I'm sure will be an emotional moment there. So again, if you can donate and help, please do so. Monday's girls basketball on the Litter Media scoreboard shows Adina picking up a win over Miami Trace. Wellston over Zane Trace. Fayetteville takes McLean. Alexander over Jackson. River Valley, a winner over New Boston. North Adams picked up a win along with South Point and Gallia Academy. Now, there was conference play last night in the Southern Hills Athletic Conference. West Union, a winner over Fairfield. White Oak, a winner over Manchester, quite handily, 72-16. And Lynchburg Clay takes Peebles. And in the TVC, Nelsonville York, a winner over Eastern Megs. Our Litter Media game of the week is going to be Chillicothe battling Adina at the McDonald's Zane Trace Tip-Off Classic. BJ Daly and I will have coverage of that. Mike will be on assignment elsewhere. And so we will have basketball for you starting this Friday on Litter Media Radio. After a 10-year hiatus, postseason high school basketball returns to the Taft Coliseum, a.k.a. the old field house.
Yeah.
The barn, as they used to call it, at the Ohio Expo Center and State Fairgrounds. That'll be February and March of 2025. The announcement made yesterday by the OHSAA. The historic multipurpose arena on the State Fairgrounds campus was one of several hosts of the OHSAA basketball state tournaments from 1923 until the state tournament moved to St. John Arena in 1958. The Fairgrounds Coliseum then hosted district and regional tournament contests from 1959 up until 2014. I've done several games up there, saw a lot of games while I was in high school in the early days of my radio days. So good to see the Coliseum being used again for such. And it looks like they got a new floor in that photo there. I like that.
Where?
Oh, there's another story. A story on our website.
I was about to say, you can't
photo.
see the floor in this photo, Dan.
This kind of looks a little bit like Lucas Oil Stadium.
It does. That's what I thought.
Yeah. I don't recall when they named it Taft Coliseum. But like I say, a lot of our teams have played there, many in the Central District. And when Chillicothe was in the Central District, they were up there a lot. I remember broadcasting a McLean game there when they were in the regional back in the 1980s. So, and I think there was still dust up there from that 1986 season when I was last there in 2014.
But if you wanna see the new floor, go to littermedia.com.
Yes, and you'll be able to see that. Ohio State's men's basketball team racked up their second century mark game, a 102-69 win over Green Bay of the Horizon League. Bruce Thornton there, 15 points. He crossed 1,000 points for his career. The Bucs will host Pittsburgh Friday at 2:30 and then open up Big Ten play next Wednesday against Maryland. That'll be at Maryland, where you were recently.
I was there.
You were there. Chillicothe's Jayvon Maughmer had 12 points. He totaled 25 for the tournament. And the Liberty Flames' 62-58 win over McNeese State to take the U.S. Virgin Islands Paradise Jam yesterday afternoon. His teammate, Colin Porter, from Ashland, Kentucky, was named the tournament MVP. And he's going to be the guy that you see getting bumped around and everything here. He's coming into the picture sooner or later there. Yeah, there he is. And so congratulations to the Liberty Flames, who are now 7-1 on the season already. So,
and where's Jayvon in this picture?
He is number 32, and I believe that's him crouching down on the floor.
Okay.
There he is in the lower left-hand corner.
Yes, I see him.
Yes. So congratulations to the Paradise Jam champions. U.S. Virgin Islands. I've never been there.
Me neither.
Perhaps one day I'll get a chance to go down. Not exactly a bucket list item for me, but my wife looked at me Sunday. There was a cruise ship going through the ocean, and she says, I'm telling you right now, if this is on your bucket list of things to do, I ain't going.
A cruise ship?
I've never been on a cruise before.
And Missy doesn't want to?
She doesn't want to. She finds no fascination in doing that.
Yeah. We
went to Hawaii back in 1993, and we did take the Pearl Harbor cruise, which was only about a 2-3 hour trip
by
boat. But going and staying for days on end, no, not for me. I said, well, I do have one bucket list item, and that's to go see the Grand Canyon. And she goes, once again, I'm not going with you. I don't want to see water, and unless I'm on a beach, and I don't want to see a big hole in the ground.
Wow.
So
the Grand Canyon's awesome. You should reconsider that, Missy.
Yeah. Plus, enjoyable time with your darling husband.
Yeah.
So, coming up, this date in history, we've got the Litter Media Wayback Machine dialed up to 1864. I haven't even read the script for it. So
I have.
I'm not in the know. He is. Maybe I'll let him read the script.
We're going to take you down the rabbit hole.
Ooh. Alice in Wonderland?
Well, we'll see.
Whoa. They're okay. Coming up in just a moment, this date in history.
First, we want to tell you about Litter Quality Propane, online propane monitoring and reporting. Know your home's consumption and gas remaining in the tank. Find out more at litterpropane.com.
Are you looking for a beer that satisfies your thirst and love of country? Armed Forces Brewing Company brews beer for patriots. Celebrate freedom with every sip. Armed Forces Brewing Company. Freedom never tasted so good.
Dixie Chopper. Speed when you need it.
Visit your local Dixie Chopper dealer today or visit DixieChopper.com.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing. Download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
As a basketball coach and a dad, I need to be able to keep up. Mark came to the Adena Orthopedic and Spine Institute in severe arm pain from a degenerative disc.
I was so confident in Dr. Fleming, he explained everything.
Together, they decided on minimally invasive spinal surgery to relieve Mark's pain and get him back to what matters most. At Adena, we do what we love, so you can too.
1864 is the year, and it's literary for this date in history. Oxford mathematician Charles Ludwig Dodgson sends a handwritten manuscript called Alice's Adventures Underground to 12-year-old Alice Liddell. The 30-year-old Dodgson, better known by his nom de plume.
His pen name.
His pen name, thank you. Lewis Carroll made up the story one day on a picnic with young Alice and her two sisters, the children of one of his colleagues. The Liddell children thought his tale of a girl who falls down the rabbit hole was one of his best efforts, and Alice insisted he write it down. Well, during the visit to the Liddells, English novelist Henry Kingsley happened to notice the manuscript. Kind of like going through their medicine cabinet. I wonder if that was something like that.
Yeah.
After reading it, he suggested to Mrs. Liddell that it be published. So it was published, the book, at his own expense, under the name Lewis Carroll, 1865. And I'm convinced that he wrote it under Lewis Carroll because in case this thing doesn't work out, I want people to come back and say, oh, what's that stupid thing that you wrote? You know?
And I guess he did his own illustrations in it too, because these are photos from the original manuscript, and you can see the rabbit, and you can see the Queen of Hearts in there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Very nice. I remember watching the Disney version when I was younger, and it seems like there was a live action.
There was one. Tim Burton, I think, directed one.
Is that right?
I think so.
Yeah, that does sound right.
Johnny Depp was the Mad Hatter.
Like in the 1990s?
Oh, no, it was way more recent than that.
Was it really?
This was probably early 2010s.
Oh, my. Okay.
Let me look it up.
But it seemed to me that there was something in the 90s also, because when I was in Columbus radio, it seemed like it was out then. I may be wrong on that, though.
I think you are.
Because things sometimes just come to my mind. On their own, I think.
Alice in Wonderland 2010, directed by Tim Burton.
2010. Was there another version anywhere?
There is one from 1999.
Thank you. Thank you.
Doesn't seem like it was as popular, though.
But I wasn't in Columbus at that time. I was back in Chillicothe in 1994.
So. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. Other than the fact that I'm just getting old. Coming up here in just a moment, we're going to go on a Christmas tour of Chillicothe homes. Now, we're not taking the tour, but we're going to talk about it. Marcia Wagner will be joining us here shortly to talk about the tour, which is coming up very soon in December. Details in a matter of moments, so stick close for us.
My mom wanted to tell you that we passed by Snake Hollow on the way home from the airport. That's Skunk Hollow, Mom.
There were snakes there, though, but a lot more skunks than I remember seeing snakes.
Yeah.
So thank you, Mom. Appreciate that. And I did see the picture that you showed me, and I don't remember that sign. I remember another sign that was located out by the store that I used to work at, which is now a car dealer.
Right.
Yes. Because I used to mow around that sign. Yeah. All right, that's it for today's program. Thank you so much for watching. Back at it again with a special edition of Liter Media Live in just minutes here on this same channel. See you then.